And we're back on Talk of the Town as now we shift gears here a little bit and switch our focus from computers to construction as we bring in Dean Slaby from KSW Construction. Thanks for joining us today, Dave.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I've seen KSW Construction signs out and about town. How long has KSW been around?
We actually had our tenure last summer, so we're excited about that. We started the company in 2005, and I brought my partner, Doug Slaby, my brother also, as you can tell with the name, on in about a year after that, and we've been kind of going from there.
Okay, so brothers working together. How's that working out?
It's actually pretty good. I'm more of the guy that goes out there is a little bit more, freelancer, and he's more towards the paperwork and nickel dimes and pennies, which you have to have in a company, and works out well. We have a good relationship with each other.
Absolutely, so you fit together. Yeah. So yeah, that's really good. I think it's a pretty competitive field that you're in. So how does KSW actually attract attention then to get customers and clients?
Well, I find it very, very important. You obviously got to brand your company out there so people know who you are, and things like this are very important. And then also you got to believe that you have to build a relationship with your clients. They can't be just a one-time deal and then walk away. We do projects from a $200 door to a $10 million project. So clients can call us on a lot of different projects, and we'll take care of them no matter what the project is. And I think they like that. And I got a relationship with most of my clients we do work with. I like to keep relationships. I think that's how you build a good, strong company.
Yeah, speaking of relationships, I think too it's important the relationships that you have with your employees. And for construction, it seems like you can have all different skill levels as far as employees go. So how do you keep the employees happy, have high morale, and retain them?
Good question. When we first started this, I worked for my dad, and my brother both worked for my dad for many years. And one thing we wanted to do is make it a family, kind of a nice place that people really want to come to work. And I always said, if you don't want to be here, then don't be here, because there's a reason. We wanted to make a family atmosphere. We do special picnics. We're coming up April 1st. I'm cooking for the guys out in the field. They're coming in, and I'm going to be behind the grill and cooking them up something to eat. We got to appreciate everything from our laborers all the way up to our management team. It's all got to work together to make what we are successful right now.
Absolutely, and those people are the ones that take you into the future too. And speaking of the future, everything's changing so rapidly, and technology changes so quickly that it's sometimes hard to keep track of. In the construction business, going forward, where do you see the challenges in the future?
Well, I think the challenges right now, and you probably talked to a lot of guys out there, is our labor. Our labor force is very low. I do believe the trade schools are very positive. ABC is another great network we use for training people. But the younger kids in high school aren't getting what the classes that we had with the shops and the things, and they're not coming out to the trades like used to. I do believe there's going to be a hard time finding people to fill these positions we're looking for. We were always looking for people, and we just can't find the younger people that train them and to get into great. It's a good occupation.
Really, yeah,
it is,
absolutely. And
it's just hard to find the right people. I think that's one of our biggest challenges as a construction and a contractor.
Yeah, I hear that a lot from a lot of different businesses, and labor's right now very hard to find. So where does that put you then 5 years from now? Where's KSW?
I want to be one of the premier contractors in Dane County or the state of Wisconsin. That's our goal. I'm not, there's some great contractors out there. We're not the only good contractor. I consider us one of the better ones. A little biased, but that's where I want to probably do more of our own projects in the future. Owning our own stuff and developing it and doing that in the future. That's one of our goals. I'm not getting any younger, so I, gotta go to that point.
I'm the only one.
And just grow a great company that someday I maybe pass it on to some more family members.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of family members, you mentioned you're doing the business with your brother.
Yep.
Besides KSW, do you have other business ventures you do?
Yeah, we did start a while back. I think it's called 8 or 9 years ago. We started in Stoughton Academy, Sports Enhancement Academy, the basketball camp. We got out of that about 2 years ago. My brother's son went to college, and I decided I'm getting a little old for that, so I sold out to that. Then we started about 2 years ago, Slaby & Associates, which is our brokerage firm, just because we had some clients that were very interested in having a contractor and a broker do their deals together. So I take them in there and take them look at their space, and then also give them a bid on their construction they need. So that's been going very well.
So when we did that big-time basketball game at Stoughton a couple of weeks back, that Slaby kid, that's your nephew?
That's my nephew.
All right, yeah, called it. Very nice.
Good basketball player, is he?
Absolutely.
Very proud of him.
Yeah, Stoughton Vikings won the Badger Conference, the Badger South, so that was cool as well. So thank you so much for joining us here, Dean.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you bet. And we'll have more Talk of the Town coming up right after this here on CW 57.